Good.
You look beautiful on my end, Jan.
Oh, thank you, Laurel. You're so sweet. We caught that on recording. That's adorable. I was just telling Laurel, a person who was in our wonderful Be the Light coaching program, that I felt sleepy today, that I just woke up a few minutes ago. And this is how we feel sometimes in the middle of the winter when it's dark. It's still dark here. There's a huge cloud cover and there's lots of rain and Mercury is retrograde. And there's just a sense of wanting to hunker down and kind of hibernate. It's not just the weather, but it's this time of year because there's been so much excitement over the holidays. And here in January, it's a natural time to want to just stay warm and in bed and soft and fluffy and to feel inward. And to go inward, we have to have a certain level of self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-love, or that inward time can be a time where many people get the blues, also known as depression. I never like typical labels, but sometimes they actually match what people are going through. And to feel depressed is to feel compressed. It is to be living in a space of there's very little life in the blip. If imagine an EKG, beep, 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 beep. So of course in winter things do slow down and hibernate. But in general, as humans, we still need to go to work, have our social events, and pay our bills, and do so many things. So that's perhaps just another way that mankind has come out of alignment with the natural flow of things, where it should be okay just to have tea and make soup and maybe check in with intimate friends and not be so out there in the world that we are pressured to be all things to all people so often, all the time. So this depression, they say that depression or feeling blue is, oh my goodness, hold on. Huge pieces of hail. Just as I begin to discuss depression, it is a feeling like of being beat up, of everything that comes to you, the phone rings, the bills, another big piece of hail hitting us on the head until we feel completely inundated with not warmth and fuzzy feelings, but an icy cold inside. We have lost our warmth. It's like we're a home without any fireplace. And they say that depression is about living in the past, the sadnesses and the disappointments and being attached to that, and being anxious is worrying about the future. And my work as a nurse had shown me that actually it's a continuum. And that often people that have depression have anxiety because as children and as their parents modeled, they never learn to be satiated and safe and settled in the moment. An infant's body, a toddler's body, a child's body needs to feel settled. And by that I mean that their environment is predictable and safe and kind, and that the people in their midst are doing their best to meet that child's needs, not from a place of what the parents perceive the needs are, but they are receptive and watchful for what that child is needing in the moment. So if the parents have their own agenda, that child does not develop a sense of importance, of that anything he does makes any difference in the world, and a sense of hopelessness and obedience and selflessness to the point of almost despair of what is the point. If I say what I need, or if I give a clue. There is just another pressure to conform or to eat what they want me to eat, say what they want me to say, be what they want me to say, or I am energetically walked. I am walked by their words, by their cold shoulder, by a look, and after a while I learn, almost as if a prisoner in my own parents' home, I actually learn to shut down my own self-trust mechanism that it is good and healthy to speak what I'm feeling and what I need. There's no room for that in many, many homes. In my home specifically, there was no time and attention to notice if I had a need. So I quickly said, I will get my attention by helping others and have no needs at all. So that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is a person who becomes later in life unable to connect with other people emotionally because it is painful, because they're never right. And so they have to learn that because there is no sense of control and safety inside, they make sure that their environment is lined up. Everything is predictable and safe according to their desires. Otherwise, if they're flowing with this out here and there's no infrastructure or self, it is a sense of complete panic, loss of control, almost to the death point of loss of self. If I lose control, I will die. These are very, very simple principles that act out into every relationship and most humans' lives to certain degrees. And the hard part is we often don't see ourselves. We don't see the anxiety and the neediness and the codependence that occurs in both. So today's meditation is a way that we can call in those aspects of ourself that may have gone wayward due to the parenting and the social styles that we have here. And we'll also call in our loved ones, the ones that we kind of tease that have OCD, everything has to line up, or worse, tissue on the bathroom door, the whole deal, paranoia. And to the ones who only have a sense of themselves when they're giving to the point of self-sacrifice. So in your mind, think of anybody who might fit the bill. Being human, I'm sure that there's a whole room full for you. Our families, ex-partners, present partners, our children. Set them in nice comfy chairs, and we're going to sit in a nice safe circle in an imaginary home where children are honored. We're all going to pretend that we had perfect parents for a few moments because we have to use our creative imagination to repattern this misalignment, this misguidance that all of these beings now have disturbances of connection and love due to the early environment. So we're going to create a beautiful home. Go ahead and shut your eyes. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through your mouth. And you are creating the perfect home. Might be a big Victorian wooden floor. And there's comfy chairs. Each person sits in their own chair, no couches. So we all can center into our own energy field very comfortably. What we're going to do is we're going to take our birth parents, and if they have these issues, we're going to invite them to take their own chairs now too, as equals. The parents no longer have that control over us. We're going to invite them in for their healing as well. So we're all sitting in a circle, and we are all lovingly saying, isn't it time to let go? So that we can let go of the grief, the sadness, the cyclic, impulsive, compulsive thinking that has kept us in this unhappy state. And just feel into that. Feel into that, making that choice. Feeling a little scared. Will it work? Feeling a little annoyed that you've had to put up with these behaviors and thoughts, cyclic activities for so long, to whatever degree. So we ask and intend to set a sacred space. We put a beautiful hold-on Merkaba of healing over this entire front room in this house. We set a beautiful fireplace so everyone is cozy and safe and feeling comfortable, reasonably comfortable, settling in. But just feel yourself wiggling down and imagine you have a fluffy, nice blanket too. And in this moment, we make an intention that we very deeply repattern our nervous systems. I was going to say to the bone, no, to the atomic cellular nuclear level. We're going to reverse and release any traumas, griefs, woundings, events that became a cumulative timeline to allow for sadness, anger, grief, despair, moodiness, and depression to come in and weigh on your teeter-totter of life, that you are sitting in that blue zone. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We use our visualization and ask yourself, where am I in this teeter-totter? Think of it as a percent. How much are you in the depths of this heavy blue? Now think, if you are ready and willing and want to make simple choices, because you must make that choice. So allow yourself to feel into your heart deciding to put your feet on that ground and to push off and to change the teeter-totter equation. Are you willing to move into the half depressed, half happy? Are you wanting to let all that energy go, let that blue go and let it mix with all the other hues of the rainbow so there's not one dominant theme? These are vibrations. Colors have a vibration, and every emotion has a vibration. This is how we are able to recalibrate this, because our thoughts, pushed by our intention, breathing, and meditation, can indeed shift the entire matrix powerfully so that you can change your experience. But you must choose. You must use your will. You must use your energetic forces. The same will that says, I'm going to get up and make coffee, and you go and you do it, you have the aroma, you feel the warmth, you drink it, is the same will that I am asking you to do now to make that your morning habit. I push my feet off the ground as a living, breathing human being with all aspects of the life experience available, and I'm choosing not to be mired in this heavy, blue, depressed feeling. I'm going to begin to retrain my brain so that my reactivity and my remembrance of these activities does not stimulate neurochemical responses which cause heaviness and depression in the body. I am taking charge and changing the lineage within my family of any predisposition to depression. I have a right, but I am willing to choose now for this change to occur. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And now the simple, easy parts. We simply call in our spirit guides, and they have high octane tools, vibrational tools of a very high nature to assist us with their energetic processes Imagine angels with super vibrational hands being able to come in and to respin your thinking, your nervous system reactions, your reactivity, or complete giving up. This is all very true because there's a scientist who actually pinpointed all of these lower emotional vibrations. We can make a tuning fork for reluctance, resistance, despair. Very sad to think about that, but it's true. And on my voice bio, I can identify the profile vocally, which is the harmonics of their body, of a depressed person. So all of this, as we go up the ladder of vibrations and combine our intention and say yes with the help of the unseen spirit beings and the Creator, by asking the Creator to help repattern us, this is a huge green light. So I'm just waiting to hear your yes. I'm in and I'm ready, and you have to be willing to experience something new and to be in that state of the unknown. How's all this going to play out? I'm so used to this. And will people start requiring me to show up or be accountable or to meet their needs in a new way? Guess what? Bingo. That's exactly what happens. And then you like to be around them and they like to be around you. And there is a beautiful reciprocity and awakening up, going beyond the blue glasses of depression. In fact, hold on 1 second. Continue your breathing. I'll be right back. I hope you had a moment to digest everything I was saying. A little space there. Auditory space. Ta-da! Oh, everything is blue. The light is blue. My book is blue. My skin is blue. I am drenched in the blues. Am I blue? So absolutely. When we are depressed, our brain sees everything as heavy and blue. And just, is it worth doing? If I do this much for this person, then they're going to expect me to do more and I don't have that energy. That really sets up a whole tone. Again, vibration, a whole tone for how you show up in the world. And does it feel good? Are you in your passion? Are you in your creativity? Are you loving and touching and meeting other people exactly where they're at? No, because you're operating on your one color. You can't even see their colors clearly because you have subdued their rainbow by seeing everything through. It's like Eeyore and Christopher Robin's. Oh, you want to do that? Well, maybe. Let me think about that. I might need to take a nap. So actually, just talking about it makes me depressed. I've got to get these off. So let's go ahead. I think you've got the picture, you've got the importance, and the main ingredient is, what do you choose? So if you're choosing to continue with me and you're in, stay. If not, why waste your time? Go have a hot chocolate to help your brain get some theobromine or an espresso. Just teasing. Some days that's all I want to do. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. In this sacred space, in this heartfelt, ask and intend, let's go ahead and up it to meet the degree of heaviness and say we command and we allow that our body unwind and shift these processes which have been directed by this old vortex of negative thinking. We ask that the Creator prepare for us a beautiful bath, a ball, a luminous ball, of a recipe of mitigation of this vibrational bath that we have had for so long. So if, for instance, our emotional field is, say, this is simplifying, a blue, we're asking for the color that comes in that dissolves the dominant blue, and that is a vibration. And of course, the Creator will know how to formulate this. So take a breath, and we ask that a beautiful rainbow, energetic bliss ball be present in this ball of energy over our head, which has a dominant frequency which will unwind the vibrational quagmire, a little ball of rubber bands in your heart and thinking that have caused this vibrational stuckness. It's that simple. We don't have to know the mathematical correlations and the shifts. We have a right to ask this way. And if you have asked from the depth of your heart and you believe it, it is done. So take a breath and let this ball of light wiggle down into your brain. And now to what you imagine is the core of your brain where the operational controls are, where the person is sweating and moving the gears of life that say, it's hard, it's heavy, it's frustrating, things don't work out, relationships are tricky and sticky. And just give that man a vacation. Because I'll tell you, that is a manly energy. To be pushing and to be stressing out of alignment with the natural flow. So just give this man a nice cool cloth, because all that perspiration, he has like a railroad worker's hat on and overalls, and he's glistening and sweating, and he's about ready for a heart attack. He is overblown, overworked, and doesn't even know why he has worried and worked so hard. And he is your archetype, 1930s, coal tender in the train. So you're telling him people no longer operate in the vibrational milieu of the quantum field in such a simple, gross, out of alignment way for how humans can live now. Give him his walking papers, and you are signing that he is not only dismissed, but he can go home and rest and let go of the ways that he thought and did things and behaved. Actually, this being, it's not you. It is the lineage. It is your mother's father, your father's father, your father's father's father, of the old way of thinking on earth. Life is hard. We must be severely to the grindstone. We are not worth much, and our needs and emotions aren't important. So tell this being that there is a new way of thinking and being on the world. And go ahead. For him, he's startled, like, you mean I can be retired? Things can be different, things can be easier? Oh my God. So imagine that you're taking this man by the hand with this little dismissal notice. Not you're fired, but you're retired. You've worked so hard. Appreciation for the way he drove you and caused you to sit on that teeter-totter with such a heaviness. You're taking him by the hand lovingly, wiping the sweat off, and he's sitting in this circle in this home. And he's saying, you mean I deserve to be comfortable and to love and to not be pushing it all the time and feel like there's not enough time and I don't have really what it takes to get this train where it needs to go? You tell him that somebody fooled him and that those were just words by a society that has been driven by greed and manipulation, and that is over. He is out of prison. And let this little inner being in your psyche that has been tweaking your brain sit down and bring him a glass of beautiful rose tea and a piece of sweet cake, that he may taste the sweeter things in life with a gentle, loving invitation to sit down at the table of life with loved ones and to feel good. So he's starting to twinkle a little bit and smile. And remember, this is your inner work horse. It's so slaving you away that really is mindless. You could even put a label on his overalls that it's Mr. Habit, unexamined habit. So as you can see, we are working with these archetypes to clear not only our own self, our family lineage, but beyond that, the old ways of doing things. So everyone is sitting now, gently just looking around the room, saying, is it possible to live in peace, respect, and harmony from where we've come from? And everyone is now poised and ready because the formulas are made. Took a few minutes with these beautiful balls of light. And let's all go deeply into our heart. Soft focus on this room. Everyone sitting in their soft chairs. But we know in our hearts that it is time, and we are choosing to receive peace, hope, joy, calm, the vibration of I am enough, the vibration of my needs are met, the vibration of I can meet my own needs, and I allow others to help me as well as I connect with people in healthy, reciprocal ways. Take a deep breath, and now let these energies simply melt down into your crown chakra. Don't just follow my words, feel it, allow it. Feel the viscosity, the thickness. Feel the coloration. It's like a warm amber, energetic matrix that the Creator, and the Creator can do anything. You are just sending up an order to the kitchen in the sky to give you a new recipe for happiness, to unwind these feelings of feeling blue. So these are going right into your primal brain and giving new messages into your primitive brain. I am fundamentally safe. I am resourced. I have a right to be here. I am a good, decent creation. I have my own contract with the Creator, separate from all other beings and sources. I am now downloading my highest picture for my happiness, for my script and my joy, free of anyone else's ideas or attitudes. I was a tired little wrinkled up balloon, and I am being filled with the breath of God and joy. Feel yourself expanding. Feel every cell inhaling in a joyous essence. Careful, this is addictive. You're going to want to do this every day. This is giving your brain dopamine, oxytocin. So you'll feel like you belong. You'll want to hug people. You want to share this endless energy. Do you think this energy is in short supply? No. We simply ask for it. And we have opened this spigot in this ball of light. I'm feeling that your body, your cells, your tissues, and your energetic emotional fields are absorbing this as a dry sponge has waited. A dry sponge has been sitting at the seashore waiting for the tide of that warm, nourishing saline water to come into its cells so we can be and do and sense its true nature. We're adding juice into your body where there has been contraction and a dryness. Let yourself be filled. Any organs that are not at their optimal vibrational field, we ask that they be restored now. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask that this heavy block of wood that is across our shoulders, representing shoulds, guilt, you name it, you give it the name, is now being lifted off by the angelic realm, saying, you've carried this long enough. There's a new paradigm coming. It is not necessary to carry a yoke in your physical body across your chest with that pressure and depression of your body anymore. Feel that your chest is expanding in a sense of levity and light. In this moment, by allowing yourself to experience this repatterning, you are taking the train back to the station and giving it an entirely new direction. And you are lubricating and correcting and upgrading it to the bullet train. The silver, sleek, strong, divinely infused directionality. Feel that your body is being recalibrated as we speak. Feel all tension and weariness leaving your stomach tissues now. Feel the grief and sadness just letting go out of your lungs. Feel little doors in your heart opening, which you never knew were there. Feel any organs that were shutting down or tired or sad are now whistling a happy new tone and connecting with, collaborating with your other organs and systems in your body to restore and rejuvenate, to rekindle the warmth and fire of your life forces. Imagining the embers within your heart of love, passion, and doing what you like, what you choose, what you were meant to be here, to come here and do. And all of that is beginning to be fanned and fed by this delicious vibrational energy of Source. Just allow it. Allow these embers to now catch fire and to warm all of your tissues and all your cells. This is, of course, the vibration of the Creator's love and care for us. Imagine that the Creator of all that is now the face of your divine parents, the Divine Mother who's always there for you, nurturing, nourishing, will never let you down. And the Father who is caring, has a very strong backbone, and teaches you how to hold yourself in the world with grace and respect and self-sustaining ways. These loving parents are holding you, holding your shoulder as you are sitting in your comfortable chair, allowing this permanent, profound repatterning of your thinking, your feeling, which will roll out new thoughts, new projects, rekindling of love, safety, always in your life. a new kaleidoscope of coloration. As you can see, we don't have to focus too much on the blue because the blue is in balance now with all the other hues. Everything is shimmering and moving. There's no stuck energy. It's like a kaleidoscope. Take a deep breath and allow an energy of like a sun, a warmth and a movement, very gentle movement to keep pulsing through your body now, out the bottom of your feet, down to the core of the earth. You are of the earth now. Your body must harmonize as she supports you with the food, all of your metabolic processes. So let that energy come up, clearing and healing and even refining the processes in your body to a greater degree. Let it keep coming up. Let it come through your heart with a fine-tooth comb, again, pushing out anything that really doesn't belong there in your true, happy, settled heart. The teeter totter is gone. We're actually standing in your full quotient of light. Your hands are like magic wands. Your voice is like a sword of truth. And you have great power in the world. Power for good. Power for joy. Hands for touching. Eyes for caressing. And bringing forth this energy in very deep ways. As a force of change for other people who are experiencing one color dimensionality. Breathe all of this in with a great gratitude, how simple it is that these energies go up through your neck and through your head and go all the way back up and connect to Creator Source. And let this two-way system, energy system, sending your bullet train, your energetic hello to the world, go up and be resourced and rebalanced at source. An endless source of rejuvenation and new ideas and plans, goals, ideas, sparks of light, passion, desire. Do this, enjoy this, try this. Everything moving. Take a deep breath and allow these energies to integrate and continue to flow through your body for the next 3 days powerfully. We put a beautiful golden resilient egg around your energy field. It is a very powerful, strong egg. And everything that doesn't match this bounces off. It doesn't match who you are. Thus you will attract beautiful new ways of experiencing yourself and beings coming into experiencing you being yourself. There is no greater joy. So now our operational word is joy. Relief, joy, transformation, celebration. So let this day be a living, moving celebration of enjoying and noticing the ways that you have allowed yourself to shift. This is the truth. This is the allowance that we have been given as humans here. I'm Jan Cercone. Thank you for joining me for the Be the Light Wednesday morning meditation. My website is soundandlighthealingarts.com. See you next week.